Hello crafty friends, welcome to another card making video. To get going today, I'm going to squirt this piece of mixed media paper with water and take a wet paintbrush and spread it out so I've got a nice wet surface to work on. I'll just set that aside for a moment. And now I've got some Catherine Pooler re-inkers here, and I'm going to pop them in various places on my glass mat. Just a few dots. This is It's a Girl. That's a red from the Party collection. And now we've got Do-Si-Do, which is a red orange. And now for Tiara, which I think is a yellow. So I'm just interspersing them amongst one another. Little dots here and there. And I'm going to give them a good squirt with water to get them to spread out a bit. And now I've got my wet paper and I'm going to put it wet side down on top of all that colour. So now we've got a very diffuse dotty pattern. I think I'll give that a wee squirt to get the colours to move around a bit more. And I'm going to dry that with my hairdryer once I've got all the excess water off. So that's nice and dry now. I'm going to give the remaining ink a little bit more of a spritz, and I'm going to press my dry paper onto what's left there. And now I'll dry that again. So I'm pleased with that. We've got some lovely new colours forming where the inks have mixed. Some interesting little bits of visual texture here and there, and a nice soft wash in the background with a few areas of more intense colour. If you haven't got re-inkers, you could just put your ink pad down on your glass mat or whatever you use, or you could use watercolours for this. I've put a bit of It's a Girl on my mat, mixed it with water, and I'm going to pick it up with my smusher and delicately smush it on. This creates another layer of texture, visual texture. I think we'll have a bit of Do-Si-Do. And finally, a bit of Tiara. And I'll dry that again. And I think we'll take some Do-Si-Do and spatter that on. I've got a wet paintbrush. I'll pick that up and, as I say, spatter. Just gently tap, get a nice distribution of splats. I'm going to lighten some of the splatters by rolling a paper towel over. I'll just pick up a bit of colour. Right, now that's all dry, I want to add a bit of stenciling, and I'm going to go for this, I don't know what you call it. It's very regular with straight lines. So this is in contrast to all that splashy energy that's going on. I'm not covering the whole thing, just bits here and there, although I seem to have covered most of that area. For my next layer, I'm going to add this grungy grid stamp, and it is grungy. It's got broken lines, so it doesn't matter if I don't get a perfect impression, because that's not the look I'm going for, although I do want to try and keep it horizontal or running in parallel to the edge of the paper. I'm using the Do-Si-Do for this. So even though we've gone pretty grungy, it's still bright and cheerful. For shimmer and shine, I'm not going to spatter. I'm going to stamp and then heat emboss. So I'm dusting this with talcum powder to remove any moisture, static or oily fingerprints. And I've got this grungy circle grid type stamp. This is from Indigo Blue, I believe. That grid stamp was from Global Land. Not sure where the stencil was from. I think that was one I got on Amazon. And I'm going to stamp this kind of perpendicular rather than parallel like I did with the grid stamp. I can't see where I'm stamping, so I'm going to spread it out and then heat emboss and then do some more if I need to. As I'm working with warm colours, I'm going to go for Polished Gold Superfine Embossing Powder from Wow. Now I've got some extra bits here from the edge of the stamp, which I don't particularly want. So I can brush those away with a dry paintbrush, and I'll melt that with my heat tool. Now I clearly wasn't paying enough attention because these grid stamped images weren't perfectly dry, even with the talcum powder, and some of the embossing powder has stuck to it. But you know what, that's a happy accident. I really like how some of the gritty bits have got embossing powder on them. I do think I need another stamped image up here and maybe one coming in from the side. So I'll do those and then come back to you. I've taken that piece of mixed media and I have cut it down using a stitched rectangle die, and I've got 8 pieces, and I'm going to mount each one on white card and give it a little border. I'm giving these a border of 1/8 of an inch or 3.2 millimeters, and I'm using my mini Perfect Layers ruler. I got this from the Crafty charity shop, but I believe you can still buy them new, although I don't know where. Now they're all cut, I'm going to go around the edge of the white piece with my edge beveling tool just to round it over and make it look a little neater, a bit more die cut and less knife cut. So I've selected this piece and I'm going to glue it in the middle of a card blank. So it's got a nice border. Right, I'm thinking a circle frame round about there. It's very gritty and rectangular, but we do have these little gold circles, so I think bringing in a circle will work. And then I'm thinking a butterfly on top of that. So I've cut some gold, some vellum and some white because I'm not sure what I want yet. I think gold on vellum is always very pretty. Vellum on gold may also work. White on gold. I'm thinking white on gold. Yeah. So I'll pop some high-tack white glue on the back of this white frame and centre it there. I'm going to cut off the gold antenna because I don't think we need those. And I'll dip the white butterfly's body into a little bit of glue and place it on top of the gold. It's splurged out a little in the gaps in the butterfly wings, but I can just wipe it up with a microfiber cloth. I'll put some glue on the back of the butterfly and I'm thinking about there. On my sentiment, I've got a typewritten "just for you" from my stash. I'm going to cut it down with a stitched rectangle die. So that's now the right size. I'm going to put some glue on the back, add a little bit of card for some support at that end, and then place this over the circular frame. Add a little bit more support at this end. The butterfly is going to get pale gold Nouveau drops for its body. I'll just dot those all the way down from the head to the tail, and we'll add a few more for good measure. So that's this card finished. Really pleased with the way it turned out. I like the shimmer and shine. I like the colours, really bright and sunny. I like the grids from the stamping and the stenciling. And I think the focal point works well, bringing the white from the surround into the colourful card. Kind of breaks up that mixed media piece. Off camera, I used the backgrounds to make 7 other cards. I put them all in the middle, the backgrounds, so they've all got this nice chunky border. I used the same butterfly die, gold cardstock, white cardstock combination. For sentiments, I used some more of my typewritten sentiments and cut them out with the stitched rectangle. The main difference is that I've used more than one white circular frame. I cut a load with the small, medium and large, and I have added Nouveau drops to kind of connect everything together. So with this one, I clustered the frames and the butterfly down here in the bottom half, but to balance that, I popped the sentiment up there. With this one, I actually used 5 frames. I've got 3 little ones, a medium one and a large one. I clustered everything up the top with the butterfly in this corner, and again to balance it, I put the sentiment down here. For my 4th card, I only used small circles, and I put 3 down the left-hand side of the panel. I popped the butterfly in between the top 2, added a trail of Nuvo drops, and popped the sentiment up here in the direction the butterfly is flying. For this card, I only used the medium and large one and put them diagonally opposite each other. I added the butterfly in the middle of this one, connected everything with the drops, and put this sentiment bang in the middle between these 2. I'm not sure about this one. I think it might need a 3rd circle, a smaller one. I might cut one and see. With this one, I spread my circles out. So I've got 3 small ones, a medium and a large, and I put them on in a diagonal. I put the butterfly up here where these 2 circles intersect, and I popped the sentiment in that diagonal and added a diagonal of Nuvo drops. On this card, I used 3 different size circles. Started with the large at the top, bounced over here with the middle one, and bounced down here with the small one. So I've got a visual triangle. I popped the butterfly in the big one, the sentiment over the middle one, and then connected everything with drops again. And for my last card, again, I did 3 different size circles, but I put the big one in the middle vertically and horizontally, layered on the middle size one, and that's where I put the butterfly where those 2 frames overlap. I added the little one down here to provide a bit of balance and a sense of flow, and I snuggled the sentiment here underneath the butterfly's wings, and again Nuvo drops to connect everything together. So there we have 8 cards made with that one piece of A4 mixed media paper. I used more or less the same elements for all of them in different combinations, different numbers, different layouts, and I'm really pleased with how they all turned out. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.